So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucy and in today's video we are starting a brand new series on my channel that I'm really excited about. I have had this idea kind of germinating for a little while behind the scenes and I've just decided to just go for it basically, just to stop thinking about it and just film it. So welcome to the first episode of Prescribe a Book. So this is my series wherein which I will prescribe a book for all of life's problems. So obviously I am no expert, but what I can do quite well is recommend books. So today's topic on Prescribe a Book is books that will make you smile or books that will make you happy. So when I came to kind of like pull together my recommendations for this video, I realized something. I don't read a lot of happy books and I don't know what that says about me, but I've come up with some of my favourite books that just make me smile whenever I read them. And a lot of these are romances, so you have been warned. I think romance is the ultimate happy booster to me. Like, it is the genre that makes me the happiest. And I just feel so comforted, so instantly lighter when I read romance. So if you're not a fan of romance, maybe you can start with one of these books. Maybe it'll persuade you to try more of the genre. So before we do get cracking on with the video, please do make sure you're subscribed to this channel and that way you'll never miss an upload from me. You can also hit that notification bell and you can get a notification whenever I do post a video. So enough of that stuff, let's get on to the books that will make you smile and the books that I'm delighted to prescribe to you for when you're just feeling like you need a bit of a lift. Okay, so first up is probably my first choice, just made me smile the instant I read it. It is Heartstopper and this is by Alice Oseman. So I think this is a really accessible place to start because it is a graphic novel. So as you can see, it is a graphic novel and this is just the most kind of like drama-free, like beautiful story about two boys called Nick and Charlie who basically just start hanging out and realize they like each other. And this is an LGBT romance and it is just so funny, so cute, like just so lovely, and I just love this book so much. Whenever I read this, I have reread this a few times because it's just so quick and so short. I just, you know, like I light up. I feel so much happier. So this is the story of Nick and Charlie who meet at school. Charlie is out about his homosexuality and when Charlie starts falling for Nick, who is kind of like the school cool kid, he just doesn't think he stands a chance because he doesn't think that Nick would like him back. And then Nick starts to like him back and it all kind of kicks off from there. It is just gorgeously light and just heartwarming, without any drama, without any kind of like, you know, bad things that happen. It's just a really sweet, lovely, heartwarming romance with really supportive people, and they have lovely friends and lovely dialogue scenes. The art is stunning. So this is also illustrated by Alice Oseman and the artwork is just lovely. I'm a big fan. I think if you want a quick read that will put a smile on your face, you can't go anywhere else really but Heartstopper. So that one was volume 1 and there are 3 other volumes I think, and each one is just as lovely as that one. Okay, so the second book is a bit strange of a choice. When I picked this, I was like, I don't know if people will get what I mean when I say that this is just a book that makes me smile. It is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is a gorgeous little edition. This is the Penguin Classics V&A edition, I believe. Just how cute is that? It's just so quaint. Anyway, I feel like I need to kind of give a caveat to why I picked this book. It's because this book, despite a certain character's plotline, which is very sad, it's just filled with warmth and loveliness and frivolity. The March sisters basically play throughout this entire book, whether Jo is writing these amazing stories and plays and they're all dressing up and putting them on, and the laughter and the joy that kind of emanates from every page, you just can't help but smile. You can't help but just feel like you're one of the March sisters. And just this book, guys. I also think if you really want to smile, you should also watch the Greta Gerwig version of the film that came out a few years ago. Oh, that film is so beautiful and funny and just quaint, and I just smile every time I watch it. So I really would recommend this as a book to make you smile. If you don't know what Little Women's about, it's about 4 sisters whose father is off fighting in the American Civil War, I think it's Civil War, and basically they have to grow up essentially and become little women. And this book follows them throughout the course of their childhood into adolescence and eventually in the 2nd volume, adulthood. I believe that's called Good Wives. I've not read that yet, but I've seen the film. I know how the second half of the story goes, but I just love these early kind of glimpses of their childhood and their kind of family life, because despite, you know, the realities of poverty and also the fact that their father is off fighting in the war, they just have the happiest lives, and they try to be happy and grateful. I think there's a lot you can learn from this book as well, and I just smile every time I think about it, every time I watch it, every time I read Little Women. I'm just in love with it, and it really does just make me happy. Okay, so another rogue choice. This is a non-fiction book, and it is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. So this is Dolly Alderton's memoir, and it's kind of divided into different chapters, like Everything I Know About Love at 22, Everything I Know About Love at 25. And it goes through Dolly's relationship with herself, with other people, with friends, with London in her kind of early 20s up until her 30s. It really is a snapshot of being in your 20s and kind of navigating life and relationships and dating and yourself, you know? So the reason that this book made me smile is because Dolly has a very unique writing style. I think she's really funny and also very heartfelt. This book made me happy because it made me feel a bit less alone. And when I read this, you know, I was in my late 20s. I still am in my late 20s, but I only have a year left. I was just about to turn 27 or something, and I was just like, you know what? This book is exactly how I'm feeling right now. And you know, the snapshots, the observations that are just so on point. Dolly just observes life in a way that makes it so relatable, and that just is like frighteningly accurate to what you're feeling at the time as a young woman. And that was the reason why it made me smile, and that I want to recommend this. If you're a young woman in your 20s or even in your 30s, I think you can get a lot from this. And especially if you are like living in a city or you just don't know what you're doing with your life, this is the book for you, because you will be able to relate to every page. The next book I really would like to recommend as a book that will make you smile is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. This is my gorgeous proof copy, which is just stunning. I love the blue and the yellow, and honestly, this book made me feel all the emotions, not just happiness, because it definitely made me feel happiness, but also just like, oh, just like overwhelming love, you know? And just, this is the most adorable book ever. If this doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. So this is set in New York City and follows 2 boys called Arthur and Ben. They meet in the queue for the post office, and I think it's Arthur, he kind of hits it off with this guy in the post office, and then the boy just disappears, and he tracks him down across New York City. He puts up flyers and says, are you the boy from the post office? Give me a call, type of thing. You know, what if the universe will give us a second chance? So this is joyous in the sense that these boys are very, very different. They have very different backgrounds. They have very different kind of styles of life. Like, they just come from very different places, but they share this like very unique bond. And one of the characters, Arthur, is the most joyous character ever. He is so full of life. He loves musicals. He's a huge Hamilton fan. But on the other side, Ben is a bit more reserved, a bit more kind of, you know, quieter. And yet him and Arthur just have this incredible connection and end up finding love. Also, the fact that this is set in New York City just brings a whole new kind of gravitas to the novel, and it's just really lovely that they just have all these romantic moments around New York City. And this is just a really funny book as well. It's very full of pop culture references. If you like your musicals, then you'll especially like this book. It is jam-packed with references, and the title, What If It's Us, you will know comes from Only Us from Dear Evan Hansen. So this book holds a special place in my heart. I love Becky and Adam's writing styles, and they just gel really well together. There is going to be a sequel to this book, which I am so excited for, guys. So I think this book is hilarious. It is lovely, it is heartfelt, it will put a smile on your face. And finally, my final recommendation is another queer romance. You can tell that I like reading romance because it's all I recommend. It is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Now, if this doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. This is about two boys, Alex and Henry. Alex is the son of the current president of the United States. Henry is the Prince of England. They are mortal enemies and they hate each other and they just live very different lives. Alex is very like funny and hilarious and witty and very kind of overt, I guess. Whilst Henry is a bit more kind of held back. He's a bit more old-fashioned, a bit more, you know, introverted, I guess. But they have to kind of meet on all these like royal arrangements and diplomatic events. And then they kind of hit it off and realize they're really attracted to each other and fall in love. But then they're trying to keep their love a secret from everyone else around them because they know it will mean a really big media story and they just don't want to hurt the people they love by keeping this secret. So obviously chaos ensues, but this is the loveliest, most just, I don't know, like it just put a smile on my face the whole time. This book is hugely hyped, but I think it is worth some of the hype in terms of how sweet the romance is, how funny the plot is. If you're just in the mood for something very frivolous, very light, very frothy and fun, this book is the one because it will sweep you away in the romance. It will make you laugh. It's just, it's so lovely, and you will be rooting for Alex and Henry's love story. They are just adorable, basically, and the banter and the humor is top notch. So I think this is the ultimate book that will make you smile. I think you will love it. So please do read it if you've not yet read it. So guys, that is it for the first episode of Prescribe A Book and my recommendations of the books that will make you smile. I hope you agreed with my recommendations, and do let me know if you have any recommendations down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.